It is April 10th. We have a lot of awesome new knives and we're gonna talk about them. Let's get into it. First on the table, we have the PNW Bushcraft Bali Bag. So when you hear bushcraft, you don't often think bell songs, but they made this really nice bag made of waxed canvas with this nice cotton insert to hold your Bali song. I have a Talisong Z here, this one's mine. It gets beat up, I've damaged the tip and scraped it up. That probably wouldn't have happened if this thing lived in a Bali bag in my pocket, rather than just in my pocket bare, except it has a Bali boot on it. But this will protect your Balis. If you have something that's really expensive or custom level or that you just want to keep looking nice, I highly recommend one of these. It's 26 bucks, 24.95, 25 bucks on bladehq.com. It comes in a bunch of different colors. It's well built, it's made in the USA, and it will protect your beloved pokey, slicey, flippy from all manner of bad things happening. Look at that, it's got a little mountain pattern in there. Oh, very exciting. Next up, we have the Blade HQ exclusive Fox Knives Core Tanto. And this one is a lot like the Core that has become a bit of a bestseller, which had a big drop point on it, but this one is a Tanto with this really aggressive compound grind. This is the stone-washed version, but it comes in black and a bunch of different colors. I am really enjoying this Tanto. It's abrupt, it is aggressive, like I think a Tanto ought to be. But you get a little bit of belly in the point here, so you can get some slicing done if you need it, but you still get the easy drag cuts and extra tip strength of a Tanto. I'm really enjoying this Tanto. It gets you all the draw cuts you want to get out of that point, gets you the extra tip strength you want, and for $139.95, you can pit plus, depending on the coating, pay a little more. You can get these at bladehq.com with the N690 blade steel and this lovely FRN handle. Next up, new from Spyderco, we have the Enuff 2 in the K390 steel. I saw this one at SHOT Show and I immediately fell in love. K390 is one of my favorite steels. In fact, I've been watching Cedric and Ada Gear and Outdoors with Pete, and he has been falling in love with K390 and he's shown why, and I think I'm catching the bug. It's such a cool steel. Great toughness, incredible edge retention, and it's a carbon steel, and us steel snobs tend to like those for some odd reason. But yeah, it's a really great knife. It's gonna hold its edge forever. It's feather light, a really contoured handle that isn't so thick though. Then a dice sheath, snaps in, secondary retention strap as well, if I can get it on there. Wants to stretch out a little bit. It's a really great all around package. I love me the Enuff. This is probably my second favorite knife of the Spyderco release this year. My favorite being the 15V stuff. Anyway, next up we have from Boker, the new P51 Mustang Damast. This is a really cool one because the blade steel is Damascus made from steel parts found on the P51 Mustang, which is a fighter plane from World War II's era. In fact, if you've seen Top Gun Maverick, the plane that he's restoring in the warehouse is a P51. And they're few and far between, especially flight-worthy ones, but some of the ones that were damaged, wrecked, and decommissioned ended up in these, and the entire titanium handle is decked out in a very similar fashion with the little splashes of blue and red. A very great homage to history of aviation. It's a really fun knife. I like it. It feels great. Goes for $480, and that's because you're getting a really nice titanium frame lock and blade steel that is truly historic. But if you're looking for a true statement piece, something that is a crown jewel of your collection, I highly recommend this P51 Mustang version. Next up, not necessarily a new knife, we have these new scales from Flytanium for the Benchmade Taggedout. So when the Taggedout came out, we all fell in love because it's really slim and light, but it's got a really big handle, so you can fit your whole hand, gloved or not. But it has Benchmade Select Edge as well, so it's got a thinner edge. It wants to be an everyday carry knife in my opinion, but it just feels very hunt in its current configuration with this bright orange. And I honestly don't jive with orange handles very much, but if you want to sort of take your Taggedout and make it an EDC champion powerhouse, grab some of these Flytanium scales. We've got them in titanium, brass, copper, but these particular titanium ones are 108, and they will breathe a new breath of life into your Taggedout. And I love me the Taggedout's blade. Look how slicey that is. You can kind of imagine this installed. It would be a very premium folder for sure. Next up, new from CIVIVI and Gavco, a Gavco design, we have the Spiny Dogfish. So the Spiny Dogfish is very interesting because it's named after a fish that's kind of a trash fish and invasive species in the Alaska fishing scene. Like, I don't know, I've never seen one. I believe it's a species of shark technically, but I kind of get the shark vibe here. And I think Gavco is known for the shark vibes. I love this texture they have on it. It's almost like they went in with a Dremel of different sizes, of different size wheels, and they made this very fascinating texture that grips the hand really well, but also is nice to look at. And I love this grind. We'll see if I can catch that line in the light. It's a compound with a hollow and a flat up here. So it's like a compound grind on a reverse Tanto. A very unique knife. And I think that is the Gavco speaking. Gavco knives are some of the most interesting, unique, and hard to come by designs there are. But now you can get one from CIVIVI for only $58.50, and that's getting you a Nitro V blade, a nice G10 handle. Nothing not to like about the Spiny Dogfish. Next up, new from Baron Son is the stainless steel versions of their butterfly knives. This one's one of the smaller ones. Generally, they're a channel zinc handle, and I think that's a perfectly fine thing to learn to flip on. I can't do it because I'm allergic to zinc. My skin does not like it. That's why Irish Spring bar soap and I don't get along. But this one is stainless steel and it is very smooth. And I really like this little guy too. If I was looking to everyday carry a Balisong for actual cutting, I honestly might pick this one. It's very light, very smooth. It's just the right size in the hand. Sometimes Balisongs get a little big, but this one just looks good. And my favorite feature, Theo pointed this out to me, is it doesn't use tang pins. It uses these Zen pins that are hidden. So you don't see any hardware holding the pins on the outside. Gives you a really clean look. And also double-sided Torx heads for the pivots. So it's full user adjustable as well. And for only $57.95, you're getting really good quality, in my opinion, on a butterfly knife. And it's USA made too. So if you've been looking for a good butterfly knife under $100, I would check out the stainless steel ones from Baron Son. Then lastly, we have the Finch Knives Hatfield. And this one kind of has a rifle stock shaped handle, and then a traditional clip point with a nice deep slicey belly. And I really appreciate what Finch has been doing this entire time. They make knives that look really clean, and they're pretty, and they have a very classic vibe, but it uses a 154 cm blade, a flipper, a liner lock, and a pocket clip. So it's everything you loved about those classic traditionals, but everything that you want out of a modern. It's such a good look, and they come in a bunch of different flavors and designs, a bunch of interesting handle materials like this ironwood, and this one goes for $135 at BladeHQ.com right now. So that is a whole bunch of awesome new knives that you can get right now at Blade HQ. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you want to see in the future. Subscribe for knife content. We'll see you next time.